Welcome back to Ask the Surveyor, the show that helps you to make sense of the property world from the ground up. I'm Lee Robinson for Ashton Surveyors, and in this episode we're diving into something that's no longer just for offices or hot climates. That's right, we're talking domestic air conditioning. With more and more UK homes looking to stay cool in the summer and warm in the winter, aircon is becoming a serious option for homeowners. But what does it cost? What's involved? And is it really efficient and low maintenance as people say? To help me answer these questions, I brought two brilliant guests. First up is Herman Suttels of Mazzini Airco, an experienced air conditioning fitter who knows the ins and outs of home installations. And joining us as well is Jade Brooker from TF Solutions, one of the UK's leading suppliers of air conditioning systems.
Hiya.
So, Herman, I've known you for a little while. Today I've met you, Jade. So let's talk about, Herman, you're originally from Belgium. Can you tell us a little bit about your upbringing and when did you start doing aircon?
I started, I think, almost 30 years ago with air conditioning. With, ISA filling and...
And this is in Belgium, is it?
It's in Belgium, yeah.
And what part of Belgium did you?
In the middle of Belgium, Brussels, Leuven, that side.
I don't know it personally. Is that where the waffles are invented?
You have lots of waffles in Brussels. But yeah, we are good in the waffles, but I'm better in the aircon.
I've heard the Belgian beer is very nice.
Yeah, you need to try it.
So aircon is fitted and used more in Belgium than it is in Britain.
I think in Europe,
in general,
we are in front of that in aircon use. If you build now a new house in Belgium, you cannot do gas anymore. It's not allowed. It's heating pumps or air conditioning.
So how long have you been in England now?
4 years. I'm for 4 years.
And you moved over for love, isn't it?
I followed the love of my life.
And Jade, have you always lived in Essex?
No, so I've lived in Essex for 5 years now, 5 years October, so I'm originally from East London, born and bred, so
Home of the Irons.
That's it, absolutely, West Ham through and through.
Do you get up there a lot still?
I used to have season ticket, but obviously now that I've moved, I'm kind of, when I can go kind of thing, but all the European...
You like the European nights?
Yeah, absolutely, they were it was fantastic, yeah.
So where do you live now?
Just in Malden in Essex.
Oh, beautiful Malden.
Yeah.
Bit different from the East End?
Very different. It's a complete lifestyle change, I think, from living in London. The first year of moving out into the sticks, not hearing police sirens and helicopters and all that stuff. It was just, you could hear a pin drop because I'm just in the middle of some farmlands and stuff like that. So it took a while to get used to it, but I wouldn't change it for the world.
You can hear birds.
Yeah. Absolutely. And I don't sit in rush hour traffic, I sit in tractor traffic now, so it's a big difference.
Really tractor, especially when you're cutting the hedges as well.
Absolutely.
The spray.
Yeah.
So when did you start into aircon?
So I've been in the industry for the last 7 years now. I started in a refrigeration and air conditioning company. I was completely new to the industry, so I was training as I was kind of working alongside the job. So with experience of working with customers like Herman and other clients along the way, I've built up my knowledge and kind of understood the industry a lot more now. And that's how it's gone, and I've just continued with this path ever since.
So what is the main TF Solutions? What do they...
So TF Solutions, originally, TF means tools and fixings.
Yeah.
So it started off as a tools and fixings company to supply all of the tools and fixings for air conditioning and refrigeration. And as the years have kind of gone by and the company's grown, we've then started to sell the air conditioning kit that goes with the tools and fixings, and that's where we are today.
Do you supply to trades and the public, or is it direct to fitters like?
Yeah, so For public, they can't buy air conditioning because they have to have qualifications to buy the particular units and stuff like that. So our kind of remit is that we go through the likes of Herman and air conditioning companies that have the correct qualifications, basically, and then we do all our checks kind of in the background to make sure that they're in date, and then go from there. And then I support along the way on, projects, if he needs just me to come down to site and have a look and support him and give him the right guidance and kit for him to get on with his job. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So technical support you offer as well, not just sales.
Yeah, so TF Solutions, we actually have internal technical teams. So we have an air conditioning technical department and a refrigeration technical department. So when it gets to more of the bigger scale projects, Herman would say, for example, pass that on to me. I would then obviously scale it and look at the to kind of a degree of how big the job is, and then it would then be passed on to the relevant technical team, and then they would support Herman from start to finish.
So Herman, I've known you for a little while now. Tell us about what Mazzini do mainly.
Mazzini do selling, fitting and maintain air conditionings, domestic and industrial.
Are you a fitter yourself, or do you sit in the office and
mostly I fit it
stuff?
myself. Mostly I'm there.
And you're based in Essex?
In Essex.
Do you cover all of Essex?
Yeah,
I suppose you cover the whole of the UK, do you?
Southeast of England, yeah. It's a big patch.
Yeah, it's big enough. There's enough properties down here. Yeah,
absolutely.
Why are more UK owners installing aircon?
It's cheaper to run. It's easier to run. When you use it as heating system, 5 minutes is warm in your house. It takes not so much time to warm it up. It's clean. It's a clean system.
And our summers are getting hotter and hotter each year. I mean, we have that 2 weeks, maybe a week. I think a week last year, 2 weeks the year before, where it's just unbearable. You can't sleep, and that's when everyone wants aircon. So in them sort of months, I suppose the sales shoot up, do they?
Yeah, there's normally a kind of a forecast that we go by in the industry. So normally the last 2 weeks of May coming into kind of June, if we get the heat there, we know that we're going to potentially have a warmer summer, and then it starts to ramp up and people start making inquiries last minute. But I think with the more people and homes starting to have air conditioning, I think years and years ago it was always looked upon as that was kind of like a luxury for people to have in their houses because of the prices back then. But now there's so many different brands and there's so many different contractors in the UK. It's now more affordable for people to have in their homes.
And a competitive market.
And there's a competitive market. So, yeah, that I think it is needed. And like Herman said, that you can save a lot of money running, close all your windows up in the morning, put your aircon on for a couple of hours, and then your house is nice and cool for the summer.
So you've seen a general increase in sales and fitting over the recent years?
Yeah, it dips and dives, but I think the climate is changing so much, so it's quite an unpredictable industry to be in, because we don't know where we're at any time of the year, because we could have a nice couple of weeks and then we've got drops down to 5-6 degrees. But then with the air conditioning, if you've got it in your house, you're ready for the heating or the cooling, because a lot of people don't know that you can have an air conditioning that heats as well as cools. When you talk to a lot of people that are homeowners and stuff, they just think it's for cooling. But obviously most air conditioning now, you have the option to put it in heating mode or cooling mode.
And has that been recent years? Because when Herman fitted mine, I didn't realise. I just wanted it for cooling, and he says it heats as well. And I was quite surprised.
Yeah, it's been a long time that you can do both, but not a lot of people know about it.
No, it's not marketed.
No,
because it's aircon.
Aircon, yeah.
It says cooling, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
So, what types of air conditioning units are available for domestic homes?
Well, there's a variety of them.
You only supply the fixed stuff. You don't supply portable.
There is options for portable units that anyone can buy without having a qualification, but they are massive, floor standing. They're not very good looking. You have to have a duct that hangs out of a window or a back door.
I had one, and they're really noisy, and you have to, and they're not that great. You have to shut the door so you're cocooned in one room.
Yeah, I mean it's a short-term fix. It's cost effective, but it's not a long-term option realistically because it's just.
I thought wasn't that cheap, but about £500.
Yeah.
Which we're looking at doing most of the house, aren't we?
Yeah.
What's the difference between a single split and multi-split system?
A single split is a unit 1-on-1. It means one internal, one external. And a multi-split is maybe 5 or 10 on one external unit.
Okay.
Those are different.
Yeah.
And notoriously, people also don't want air conditioning because of the units on the outside. They look quite ugly.
Yeah.
If you only got to go to Spain or somewhere like that, and they're everywhere.
Yeah.
They're not the most good-looking things.
I know.
But as you explained to me, and the ducting and the pipes, but the covers are now, I've seen, they're a lot more modern. They're a lot more tidy and neat. So the products out there are a lot neater, aren't they? And you don't have to have it high up, can you? You can have it low
do what
down.
you want with it. It's something you can cover your pipes so much as you can in the walls. When you have a new build, you put it all in the walls. You don't see any pipes.
Yeah.
You can make it so nice and tidy that you never have.
But after, if you're going to fit them on existing houses, you've got these nice profiles now, aren't you? Instead of the spongy pipe down at the wall, it looks.
Yeah, so it's trunking. So you can get trunking that covers all the pipe work if it's running down a wall that will match all your waste pipes. So if you've got a house and all their waste pipes and their drainage is all black, you can have the black trunking that matches the rest of the house. Or if you've got grey, you can have grey or ivory or brown.
So it matches like the fascias, the soft bits.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So it blends in a bit more. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Can aircon units be retrofitted in older properties, like listed and stuff like that?
Yeah, we can do that. Is to say, sometimes it's not possible because it's a listed home or something, or a listed house that they say. Sometimes they don't want it.
They would still need, if it's listed, they need permission. Don't they?
Need permission for that.
And there's no issues with condensation.
No, it's even better. It's even better for condensation. When you have an aircon unit, when you put them on aircon mode, it works like a building dryer. It takes all the moist out your house.
The high humidity out, yeah. Because that's the biggest problems in older buildings we find, is that the modern materials are making the properties less drafty, which is ventilation, effectively. And so we have build-ups of condensation. So that could be another way of solving that, if allowed, if it's not listed.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It's the best solution. You cannot believe. In this room now, it can be a bucket in a day, water that you take out. It's unbelievable.
Yeah. How energy efficient are modern air conditioning compared to old ones? I mean, energy efficiency is a big topic now. So technology is improved, and what's some of the ratings? Are they good on units?
Yeah, I mean, most of the air conditionings that we provide, TF Solutions, are rated A+++.
Wow.
So I mean, compared to years and years ago, it is cost effective for a lot of people, especially with the electricity and the gas going up. You could run a air conditioning and cool your house or heat your house for less than you would run your boiler. So it is very cost effective now. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
When can you come round tomorrow and fit mine? Talking about that, so lead times. So what is a typical lead time in the height of the summer when everyone rushes? I want it gone, and till like the quiet times.
Sometimes a couple of weeks. It depends. Sometimes I can, if it is a small installation, be jump between something.
So you could fit domestic in the height of the summer when it's rushed within a month?
Yeah, in a week. Yeah. In a week I can do it.
Well, you might have a flood of orders after this podcast, and so there's this big commitment. But so within a few weeks is good.
Yeah.
So and supplies, do you up the supplies in the summer?
So we at TF Solutions, we have fully stocked already and had our summer plans in place for the last 3-4 weeks. So we've already got our action plans ahead for predicting what could be a hot summer. So we've got stock sitting in warehouses to just keep pumping into the branches for the likes of Herman and other customers, so that with the demands getting higher and people wanting it at short notice, we can carry on flowing it through the branches, and then we have a plan B for backup. Because there's been times in the UK, I mean, when we had that 40-degree heat wave a couple of years ago, no one in the wholesaling industry that sells air conditioning was prepared for what was coming. Yeah. And we couldn't get stock quick enough. And I think a lot of people in the industry that I'm in have never want to be in that position ever again. Yeah. So everyone's kind of looking at what could come. You know, we might not get a good summer, but we've got to always be one step ahead.
And that was a hot summer. Everywhere sold out of fans, every cooling device possible you could buy. Yeah. Ice was even gone. Yeah, yeah. So,
yeah. I mean, if the thing is, with the summer periods in the UK, what I've noticed, a lot of customers, a lot of homeowners and stuff, that all of a sudden they know it's going to get hot, they want aircon, they'll start reaching out to companies like Herman and other companies. But what they've got to remember is these particular air conditioning companies have been building their workload for the year at the start of the year. So there is a lot of companies that will not be able to fit people in come the summer months, and will be told that they can have it installed in September and October. So realistically, people shouldn't really wait for a heat wave to come, and start looking at, at the start of the year, have that ready so that when summer hits, they can invite all their friends round because they're sitting in a nice cool living room. Yeah. So
you don't disappoint. That's why you do your forecast.
That's it.
So what's the forecast for this year?
It's going to be hot.
Well, if you want your aircon, let's start ordering.
Yeah, absolutely.
Diary open. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the demand is because people are not planning. Yeah. They plan as soon as they've feel the heat. Yeah. They go, then we need aircon, instead of thinking about it in the winter. Yeah. Is there a price difference for installing in the winter than it is in the summer, or product differences?
Not really. I think it's all year round.
Not like an Oasis ticket.
No.
If the demand, if the price goes up.
No. So we have summer promos that we start at the 1st of June. So the likes of Herman can then start looking at what we have on offer, and then he can then start going out to his clients and talking to residential houses and stuff like that, and putting his promotions out there so that he can then start installing in June and July, so that then they're kind of comfortable for the summer. But they, all industries kind of put their promotions on throughout the year, so there is kind of times and seasons that we do this. But we find that it's most important to have something just before the summer to kind of influence all of our customers to go, right, let's ramp it up a bit, let's get out there, post.
Because people are not, in the winter, they're not
thinking about it. But then come winter, and they're cold and they're putting their boilers on, they're having to wait 15, 20 minutes, half hour for some Victorian houses to warm up their radiators. You put an air conditioning in heat mode, in 5 minutes your house is warm. So
I mean, I've got an oil boiler, an oil, and you have to, and I live in a fairly big house, and there's only me in it and a dog, Bobby, so I have to heat the whole house virtually. So you can localise it to one room.
Absolutely. Perfect. Yeah, there's loads of different options that you can have with your air conditioning. You can have ones that have sensors that kind of swing round, so that if there's any hot spots in the room, it will pick it up and direct the cooling or heating to those hot spots. You can have Wi-Fi on your phone, so it connects to your phone. So if you're coming home and it's hot out and you're in your car for 2 or 3 hours and you're stopping at a service, you're an hour away from home, you can turn on your air conditioning on your phone, so that when you get home, it's either going to be hot or cold for the climate that you're in. so that you've got those options. You can't. I know you can do it with your boilers and stuff, but having your air conditioning on an hour before is actually cheaper to run that than having your boiler running to heat up your whole house.
Yeah.
If you know you're only going to be in one
Well,
room.
ratings of, you said, A++. I mean, that's, yeah. Fossil fuels will never compete with that.
No. Yeah.
So what's the most common rooms? I personally want my bedroom because I hate hot nights and I can't sleep. I'm tossing and turning, laying on the concrete.
Yeah.
I mean, that's done a couple of years ago, laying on the tiles. And
Yeah, bedrooms, living rooms,
Yeah. Landings.
landings, offices. When you have an office in your
in a
house,
home, yeah. Yeah.
you work in there.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think the most common places, it depends on how many occupants are in your house. So if you've got your bedroom, two kids' bedrooms, and your living space, and they're the main core of where you spend most of your time, that's where you would draw the attention to having air conditioning fitted. But if it was just yourself and you had no one else in your house and it was just your bedroom and you spent most of your time in your living room, you would just have one in your living room and one in your bedroom. And then that kind of solves that problem.
Would you need 2 units for that, or
You mean
the external units, the refrigeration, is it? Yeah.
You can do it with one external unit.
Yeah.
Easy.
You can run up to 4 units on one outdoor unit.
Oh, right.
So you can have up to like 10 kilowatts pumping around your house.
Loads of units on the outside looking like a... Not picking on the Spanish, but...
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people do you know, have... When you see houses and they've got, you know, more than one, that's normally because there's either been some sort of sow on it or it's cheaper for that person to kind of go down that route if their finances are...
Yeah, and I imagine it logistically as well, pipes, if you've got one room that end and one room that end, it might be
Easier to do that.
Yeah, and it depends how the logistics behind it, you know, depending on the layout of your house, if you can't get to certain parts of the outside of the building, there's complications. So it all depends. The likes of Herman would go to site and do a survey on that to see what's available, and then he would then put forward the best prices to like yourself with a couple of options and pricing, and then it's down to you to kind of decide what you want to do with it.
So let's talk about temperatures. What is a good recommended temperature for a room?
I'm always saying to my clients, when it's 30 degrees outside, go to 24, not lower, because it's not good for your lungs. When you cool yourself, too quick down is not good for your lungs. 5-6 degrees lower than outside is perfect. It feels good. It feels good when it's outside 30, inside 24. It feels perfect.
So if you was going to regulate a temperature throughout the year, what temperature do you set? What did you set this one at?
23 is perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's perfect temp.
But to keep a room 23 degrees with heating, with oil or gas, that's a lot of fuel, yeah.
There's
So
nothing. It jumps, once in a while it jumps
so
on.
that just proves the energy efficiency, don't it? Going back, so they don't just cool, they do heat. What temperature can they heat up to?
Depends what branch you take, like Mitsubishi is 31.
Yeah.
And you go until 16 degrees down. Like Fujitsu is 18 degrees down, and I think 30.
30 heating, yeah. 30 degrees.
It depends.
That's hot, isn't it?
It's hot.
The ladies in our office would like that.
Yeah.
Sometimes I go in there and it's red hot, open the windows. Yeah. So what's involved in the installation process?
What's involved?
The simple mechanics of it.
Yeah, we need to drill a hole in the wall to go outside with the pipes.
Yeah.
We fit a steering cable and copper pipes on the external unit. From the external unit we need to have power, a power feed, and that's...
And does that power feed supply the unit inside?
Yeah, with the steering cable. We don't use so much
So on
power.
the outside is the refrigeration, is it?
Yeah.
That controls the temperature.
Yep.
And the inside unit
It's just a battery.
drives it's like the motor for the air, is
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. That sounds sarcastic, sorry. So how much does, this is a question for Herman,
Okay.
how much does a typical domestic installation cost?
If you go now to a 2.5 kilowatt, what is very good for a bedroom, then it depends what you want then. If you want
Yeah, so
something.
average price
It
for
go
a
between-
double bedroom would
It's
be...
between 900 and 1,500 pound.
It all depends on the brand.
It all depends what you
Okay,
want.
yeah. And then if it's got, like, you can, I suppose, if you
extras.
of operating it by your phone and stuff like that, there's
Yeah.
a little bit of
You have
deals.
Wi-Fi, you have also the
What is the
puri-
cost difference between a one you can operate with your phone to? Is the installation? I suppose that's no different, is it? Or
The installation is the same. It's just a different. If you go to Wi-Fi, it's already £100 on top.
yeah,
If you go then for a more sophisticated unit, like with purifying and everything, and with the sensor, then you go quickly to.
so we
30,
talked about colours of trunking on the outside. Can the actual refrigeration's always white? Can that be changed to a different colour,
Yeah.
or is it the actual
Yeah.
unit? And
We
Yeah,
go,
what colours do
we
they
go,
do?
We go start up with that for external units that we wrap them in the color that you want. Internal, like Mitsubishi.
so they don't come manufactured. You have them done
we do
separately,
it.
do
We
you?
do it themselves.
For the outdoor units,
Yeah.
Herman's company can specialise in like a wrap service. You know, like if you was to have your car wrapped in a different colour or design, he can have the outdoor condenser units wrapped to suit the.
That's interesting because that's always what put me off and puts a lot of people off is because of that unit on the outside. So you can, so if
Put
you've got
it in-
black cladding, you could get it to
Yeah.
black and so on, different cladding colours, you can match it.
You could have West Ham,
Oh,
whatever you want.
definitely Western Claret Blue. Claret Blue?
It's all possible. It's all
You'd get
possible.
someone else to fit it though, would you? No Tottenham colours. Can you ban Tottenham colours?
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay. So what about the units inside? I've seen the brochure and you've
Yeah.
seen some lovely units. But,
We have like Mitsubishi ones. We have it in all colours. Red, even red. Who takes red? But we have grey. We have white. We have glossy white. We have black.
Yeah. Yeah, there's all sorts of different indoor units available depending on different brands. There's some brands that have like wood effect, so it looks like you've got like a wood kind of theme to it. You can have the polished chromes, the kind of normal polished whites or standard whites. There's all sorts of different colours available. But predominantly a lot of house owners and stuff, they would go with kind of the themes to their living room spaces and stuff. It's normally the white, black or the kind of silvers.
We do lots of blacks now, but and mostly white.
and is there a cost difference in
No.
the inside unit?
On the colours, yeah. I mean, the white is your standard colour that would have your normal kind of base price at, but the minute you do chop and change with colours, it adds on because obviously manufacturers changing a colour. Not really. It's not excessively more expensive, but it is more expensive than your standard white.
Okay. So if aesthetics is your thing, then it's affordable.
Absolutely, yeah.
How often does an aircon unit need servicing?
Okay.
A normal domestic home.
Yeah, if you go domestic, we do it one time a year.
And what's involved in servicing?
Servicing is cleaning the filters inside and outside on the external unit too. Checking all the electric points, checking the pressure. We do all the checkings and cleaning and mostly cleaning is the most important.
It's just like having your boiler service once a year. Same sort of thing.
So the manufacturer's recommendations is once a year, or if you're in a dusty workplace, I suppose it would be.
You do it more.
It would be recommended to have more services done if it's going to be more used in sort of different environments. But if it was your average house, I have always said, like, to friends and family, if you get an air conditioning, just make sure you have it serviced at least once a year, because it keeps the warranties as well. And a lot of customers. So if Herman installed something in your house, he could keep the service contract with you so that it keeps the warranty. Because the minute you stop servicing it, the warranties have certain stipulations in them, because so if Herman buys a unit to install in your house, it's down to him to follow the guidance to inform you that you need to follow these. Absolutely.
So is there units that can improve hay fever, like pollen control and stuff like that?
Yeah, you have many units now with the purifier on, and I must tell you, you feel it in 15 minutes when you do the purifier on. You feel it instantly. Everyone, it's like.
Is that a different unit you have to buy, or is it something you can add? Or is it
you cannot add it on it. If you don't have it, you cannot add it on it. But when you buy a unit and you won't have that, you need to buy a decent unit with a purifier on, and it works. It's amazing.
It's definitely something that's come along with kind of seasons that we're getting, and a lot of people suffering with the hay fevers and allergies and stuff. It is obviously more of the expensive range because of the design involved in reducing the pollen and, all the allergens in the room. But it's definitely, I think it's a fantastic feature, really do. For people that suffer with hay fever and stuff like that, you can't fault it, can you? It's phenomenal. Yeah.
It's just that you go in the mountains. It's so fresh. It's so fresh, the air in your room. It's unbelievable.
We're not used to mountains here.
You go get used to it now.
We've got one or two, I think.
That's it.
So, Jade, tell us more about your company you work for, TF Solutions. Where are you based?
So, I cover kind of the southeast of England, but TF Solutions is around the whole of the UK. But my closest branch is in Crayford. But we've got branches dotted. Yeah, I know. Don't get me started with that, but no, we've got branches all over the place, and we're trying to make sure that we're covered in all avenues of the UK, so that anyone doing kind of any installation jobs, kind of anywhere in the country, can kind of come in and be quite local. But we do offer obviously same day delivery, next day delivery, time deliveries if it's a specific time that we need to be there. We offer all of that stuff. So. Yeah.
So, Herman, why do you use TF Solutions? Can you tell me why they're better than everyone else?
Because they do what they promise. The service is amazing. Is amazing. When you have problems and you miss a bracket or so, I had it one time in Witham, and I had not the right brackets with me. In an hour it was with me. It was amazing. It's important. You don't need to go back the day after. We finished it off the same day, and was things like that. When you call them friendly, when I ask for a quote, in an hour I have a quote.
And the suppliers you supply to fitters, do you vet what qualifications they got, and then can they meet the manufacturer's fitting standards?
Yes, so with the likes of Herman's company, if he was a new customer reaching out to myself and was asking for some pricing on air conditioning, the first thing that I would have to ask is if I could have a copy of their company F-gas, because it's a qualification that air conditioning installers must be compliant with in the UK to be able to install air conditioning. It's not something that you or me could go out and just go to TF Solutions are buying.
Gas in the, and what's the reason why? Because of the gas, release of gas?
Yeah, so it's similar to plumbers and boilers. They have to have a certain gas certificate to be able to work on a boiler because of the gases. It's exactly the same with the air conditioning. There's a refrigeration. There's a refrigerant in the outdoor unit in the compressor that has a small percentage that could be flammable. So you have to have a certain qualification to be able to dabble in that kind of work.
So if the wrong person is doing it, what's the worst implications?
It could kill someone.
Yeah.
That's black and white of it. Explosions. Yeah, it's got to be installed by a qualified installer, and TF Solutions. We will never sell any air conditioning to anyone that hasn't provided the correct certification to deal with air conditioning.
So what's made today different, and what I've learned from today, is I've never thought about air conditioning that can manage high humidity in houses. Yeah. So if you could pass me on the qualification, so if we, in a report, we need to be recommending that they have a certain qualification and ensure that the aircon fitter has this qualification.
Yeah.
And what are they qualifications again? Sorry.
So it's an F-gas regulation.
And it's only more different regulations they would need, or is that the main one?
That's the one that we look for through the Refcom industry. But a lot of customers, like a lot of people in the UK, they'll do a City and Guilds qualification. Which is like a course to then do your installation course step by step. So stage 1, level 1 installation of indoor and outdoor, and then so forth. You can carry on the qualification to build up the certificate. But I believe the regulations in the UK, they have to be renewed. So you only get your certificate for, if it's the F-gas, I think it's 2 or 3 years. Right. 3 years, and then you would have to then renew it. And we have someone in TF Solutions that will notify the likes of myself when my customers' F-gases are coming up to expiry. So then I will then contact my customers to let them know, look, just so you know, have you got your new F-gas qualification? If you haven't, you need to chase it before it runs out, because otherwise we can't sell you any more air conditioning. Right. So it's a very strict and so important that...
So it's interesting, it's really highly regulated, it's good.
Absolutely, yeah. It has to be, yeah.
Do you supply the fixings and that to the... so when you fitted the stand and you said don't have the ones that rust, the spray-coated, powder-coated brackets, and you see them everywhere, they rust and the stains and rust goes down the walls, and you fitted galvanised, didn't you? Is that an encouragement from yourself, or is that the fitter?
That's something that I do myself.
You supply? Yeah. Oh, is that from another different supplier?
No, it's from them. But you can choose in the normal painted brackets or the Galva.
But they just
brackets.
rust, don't they?
Yeah.
But the Galva brackets is forever. Problems with
it. So selection of materials.
Yeah.
So a good aircon fitter should be using galvanised or not that spray stuff.
The best products.
Yeah. I mean, we at TF Solutions, we're always looking to be better with our product range. So that we've got a team of people that are always outsourcing and looking at the market space and seeing what could work better with the different environments and stuff like that. So we're always quality testing different suppliers and manufacturers so that we can then give the likes of Herman's company the correct tools to go and do the job to the highest efficiency.
Yeah, so you're saying you're regional all over the country.
Yeah.
Do you sell more? I'm assuming, I think it's hotter down here than in Scotland, but is Essex and London and Surrey the biggest? Do
you know what? I think it's the branches up in the northern patch, they are on par with us down south. Yeah. Because
if we changed you changed customer knowledge that it's actually heating as well, then they should be big sales up anywhere.
Would then be down south, absolutely. If more people understood that it's not just cooling and it's heating. I mean, you can have these in caravan, mobile homes and, lodges and stuff like that. It's not something...
Been in a hot caravan.
Exactly, yeah.
It's a sweaty experience.
Yeah. exactly that. So it's not just your houses. You can put them on barges. You know, if people are situated where they have means of electricity and they're permanently based in a location, it doesn't have to just be in a house. You know, I've got friends that have got them in, you know, their caravans for their weekend holidays and stuff like that, and it's just more efficient. So yeah, we're all over.
Pigeons in London, do they affect?
Of course, it's all over. It's a pest. It's a pest. It's so dirty when you need to do a maintenance on it. It's full of.
What's your worst thing you've seen? Filters blocked up, or they've
filters.
So the mess of a pigeon will get in it, and is it ever broken units and stuff like that?
Yeah, if the filters are full of the condenser is full, it's you can burn your engine up with that.
Yeah, I suppose they're the jobs you don't like. Yes, Herman.
Yeah, no,
No one likes that. Really.
No, I don't like.
Well,
that.
I mean, you should. Anything like that should get a bio clean
But we had also other stories like internal units. I remember the filters. That was just a carpet, so full with dust and hair from dogs and things like that. You cannot believe that. But they did a maintenance 5 years ago, so you need.
Yeah, I'm not sure if. I suppose when you have it installed, the customer will be told to have it maintained.
Yeah, but sometimes.
But if you buy a house and then you move in, and that information isn't passed, and you've never had aircon, it's quite easy that people don't realise they need to
need
to do it.
No.
So it's really important they get serviced.
With me,
because it prolongs the longevity of the units.
Oh yeah, yeah. You can. If you don't get it regularly serviced, you're just cutting the life of the unit down each year that you don't service it. So, just the pigeons doing what they need to do on the outside unit. If you was having regular services on that, it would continue to stop and maintain the unit. But if you let it go, it would get to a point where then you've got an internal problem, and then you're paying out to have it replaced. So it is important. But a lot of people that have air conditioning, obviously, the maintenance side of it is something that some people do know, and a lot of good installers will recommend and tell them the do's and don'ts and stuff like that. But I've seen it before. I had a customer send me a photo. A woman had a wall mount in her living room. It was kind of like a back-to-back. So they had the outdoor unit on the external wall, and then the indoor unit was just on the internal wall. So it's only about a 3.5-4 metre pipe run between the outdoor and the indoor. She decided to redecorate the living room, and she just picked the indoor unit up thinking that she could move it to paint round it, and didn't think that there was any pipes or anything attached to it. And then she didn't know how to hang it back on the wall, and she just left it hanging. And obviously there's a refrigerant run going back and forth to the unit, and she didn't realise that she's kind of twisted the pipe and exposed the gases into her living room because she just wanted to paint it. So there is a lot of,
As a surveyor, a lot of issues I see is DIYers not really having the education. They feel they can do it. And unfortunately it's to save money, and people haven't got money. So I do see it, but anything technical, dangerous like boilers, air conditioning, electrics, you really need to get the experts in.
Yeah. It's nothing. It's something you don't mess around with,
No,
especially in the UK.
The gas is
So
bad for the environment. Is even
Herman, with poor installations. Have you ever been plumbers like fit them? If they haven't got the qualifications, do you see a lot of poor installed units? And what's the implications of that? Units falling off the wall, or
that's
gas?
That's also another story. When you come behind someone that did it wrong, and you need to fix it.
Yeah.
And sometimes it costs a lot of money because they did a bad fitting and they lost all the gas. Then you're wrong busy and you need to redo it all, and new pipes and do the vacuum and clean it with nitrogen and start them again up, and put new gas on it, and gas is 80 quid for a kilo gas. It's not cheap, and then the people say, oh my God, that's so expensive. But
Yeah,
the gas is in the air, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, a lot of what I've noticed in the UK, a lot of people will try and go cheap over a professional, if that makes sense. So because there's so many varieties of brands and stuff like that, a lot of people will throw out cheaper prices and stuff. But what we notice, if it, you know, with cheaper prices comes an installer that potentially is just, you know, not as experienced. They're just doing it a quick install and go, and then the likes of Herman will get a phone call.
You can buy it off the internet and stuff.
Yeah, there is people. There is people doing that. There's people that are, you know.
This morning with a guy.
Yeah.
He installed it himself.
Aircon's not just aircon; it's really serious. I mean, I didn't know how many these serious of the qualification.
Yeah.
I think as surveyors, we need to be putting the annual reports, the gas qualification, because as more and more people are using it for heating because of the energy and the cooling as the hot summers are getting, so we need to brush up on our knowledge or advice, should I say?
Yeah, it's just standard practice, and I think it's just getting the noise out there that you can have aircon in your house, but you need to make sure that you're finding the right people to put that air conditioning in for the safety of themselves, not for anyone else. But, you know, if you just got some random person off the internet and you didn't look into that person, and then 6 months down the line you're wondering why you're coughing and stuff like that, it's because people are just trying to go for the cheaper option than going with a professional that's going to do it and keep you safe.
And that's what makes your partnership as supplier and fitter, makes it really strong, and it's good perfect for the consumer, because it's assuring quality of product and fitting.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, with myself at TF Solutions, I kind of look after my customers. I understand Herman and the needs of his business, so I make sure that I adapt TF Solutions and the branch that supports him to what he needs. So, you know, I've got customers that, you know, they can order every day. So it's about making sure that we're maintaining that standard of service for each individual needs. So that, you know, it works, and we have a good working relationship, and we can't fault it.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I think we've covered a lot today. I've certainly learned a lot. If we want you, Herman, well, I can't see why the whole of Essex would employ you, Herman. So how can they get hold of you? What is your website address?
My website is mazziniairco.co.uk.
And what is your email?
info.mazziniairco@gmail.com.
And your mobile is on your T-shirt, is 07734 717 895.
Perfect.
And how can we get hold of Jade? How can we find TF Solutions?
So you can find us online, www.tfsolutions.co.uk, and you go on our website. You can filter to the closest branch to yourself. Obviously, when I'm saying yourself, this is for air conditioning customers. I mean, we do tools and fixings and stuff like that you guys and the normal day-to-day people can go in and buy, but anything with gas in it, this is for the engineers.
But as Herman said, your service is brilliant, so every aircon company should be using yourselves.
Oh well, I hope so. Yeah.
And you find you on the website. Email address, what's your...
My email address is jadebrooker@tfsolutions.co.uk. I have access to my emails all day long. So if anyone does want to send any inquiries from the air conditioning departments, give us a shout. Happy to help.
Everyone, you've got two great contacts there for the best aircon in Essex and supplied for the UK. I think we learnt lots today about aircon, and I did also. I don't know everything about buildings and the services that you fit into buildings. Thank you for Herman and Jade for joining us and educating us.
No worries.
Keep busy.
Yeah, we do.
We'll see you on the next podcast episode. Thanks from me, Lee Robinson of Ashton Lee Surveyors, hosting your podcast, Ask the Surveyor. If you like the podcast, like, share and subscribe, and see you next time. Yay! Come on, your hands.